Okay, so module 4 is on basic accounting and finance, right? So for basic accounting and finance, we're going to start off with accounting principle, right? I believe it will be important for us to understand the accounting principles, starting with the accounting equation. So when do we say, the account is balanced? When we say that, then of course we know that there's an equation that we are looking at. So we're going to look at that. We're also going to have some definition for some key accounting terms, right? So what those key accounting terms are, we will look at each of them and then explain, just so that we start understanding those accounting principles. So as professionals in process improvement, we want to be able to connect it to some form of financial value for the business, right? But to be able to appreciate what is being done, right? I'm not saying you should become an accountant, you should become chartered, you should have this knowledge. We have professionals for that already, but you should have enough knowledge or information to be able to ask the right questions, drive the right conversations, make the right calls, and all of that. And this is something that you want to do, right? This is why this is such an important element. I'm also going to look at the three most commonly used accounting reports, right? How to interpret them, how to read them, how to do some form of analysis, and we'll look at that shortly. So we're going to look at statement of profit and loss, right? Also known as income statements, balance sheet, also known as statement of financial position, cash flow statement, also known as statement of cash flows, right? So we're going to look at each of these reports and how it relates to every business, right? This is a critical part of making decisions from a financial point for every business. So what you want to be able to do is connect all your projects, all your transformations to the effect it has on one of these reports, right? Whether it's direct impact goes to your profit and loss, or it goes to your balance sheet, or your cash flow, right? These are three reports that can give you visibility into how your actions, right, or inactions, translates to business value. All right. We're also going to look at some financial statement analysis. So for each of these reports, right, we could either do a horizontal analysis, right, a vertical analysis, also form of ratio analysis, right, comparing, two things, numerator and denominator. So we're going to look at some of those things, and we're even going to get a bit practical. So I will show you how to, get this report from a publicly listed company online. It's usually on their sites, their websites. You will get those reports, and then we'll do some form of practical, do this analysis, vertical, horizontal, and just so that you're able to start seeing how all of this connects to your actions as an improvement professional, right? Because we don't believe in doing audio transformation or transformation for lack of for people that do not understand my language. So, for lack of another word, right, we don't believe in doing transformation that cannot be, quantified into actual savings, right? Or what we call false savings. We don't believe in doing those kind of transformations where there's actually no real, savings or improvement. So, what we want to be able to do is connect your project to some form of, financial benefits for your organization. There could be other benefits as well. We are welcome. We will take it, right? We will take other benefits that we get, good morale, employee engagement, and all of that, right? But we also want to be able to get some form of financial, you know, reward, because this is what will drive the sustainability of the confidence to do more projects, to scale, to build, and all of that, right? So we also want to have projects that give us, we are not saying that we're going to throw away projects that are not financial, that don't have financial value, but we want to ensure that we have those projects as well, right? And we have a way to understand how we are getting those things done, right? And then we'll end this module on financial metrics, right? I've tried to pick some of the commonly used ones, things that you can easily use to determine whether a project is viable, is worth investing in. Because a lot of the times, right, you're going to have limited resources, and you're going to have a lot of good projects, right, that you want to do, right? Different project costing you different amounts. But what you don't want to do is just to choose the cheapest project. We want to choose the project that gives us the most value. And to be able to understand the product that gives us the most value, we need to understand financial metrics, right? These metrics will most likely be calculated by your financial professionals, right? Your chartered accountant and all of that. But what I want to achieve with bringing these metrics here is such that you, as a professional that is trying to suggest improvements, can already do some initial work to understand, does this make sense for the business? Is this what's presenting? Is this what doing a business case for? Right? When I have this project, I have project A, I have project B, I have the present value of this, the net present value of this, I have an internal rate of return, ROI. So we're going to look at each of these metrics, right? How do I know which is better, right? In which scenario? Which scenario will I use this metric over that metric, right? What are the pros and cons of each of these metrics, right? So this is something really important, right? So we've tried to, curate and distill what is really important to us as improvement professionals in manufacturing. All right, so we'll see you in the next video.